Hey, what's up, everybody? It is the 6 o'clock hour, and I guess it's about time for us to get this road on the show. Guys, I do not want to say the word road because the more I say it, I feel like I want to go back to sleep. Yes, your girl has been exhausted. So we're going to push through this 6 p.m. broadcast with these two spectacular gentlemen. So, gentlemen, I see y'all backstage. I need y'all to come with all this energy tonight because I need y'all to give me some more energy. But I think it's going to be fun because we have two super cool dudes. Um, First up is we're always going to talk about something musical, and we're going to talk to Prophecy ORG, and I think you guys are going to love Prophecy. But the second in command is the person that's going to support Prophecy in getting us through this quarantine because he's going to help you figure out all of the hidden secrets. Shh. Yeah, so it's gonna be really, really fun. But I definitely want to bring Prophecy to the stage because I think you will definitely enjoy and appreciate um this multi-talented New York City creative. So let's just go ahead and bring him out. Let's talk to him.
That was
Hey,
a great intro.
Prophecy.
Thank you. Well, I'm here to make sure the energy is up and that we can keep this alive, you know?
Look, I'm trying to get it. Well, thank you so much for being here all the way from New York City. It's so fun that we can actually make this happen
Right?
without having to be in the same place. Because I'm
Hmm.
gonna be honest with you. If I had to fly to you, I probably would be somewhere like this. So yeah. But Prophecy, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I mean, music has always been something that I enjoyed near and dear to my heart. It started off with me trying to impress girls, like, writing little raps, trying to impress them when I was in middle school. And then like falling in love with the art form and falling in love with the sounds and like the competitive nature of it has really elevated me to care more about the lyrical side. And recently I've been taking instrumentation much more in depth. So just like building upon my already uh, I want to say trained skills.
Okay, so would you consider yourself more of a songwriter and storyteller?
Yeah, I think that like growing up I was always interested in those songs that can tell you about a narrative, so it isn't just about just like sounds on beats or just things of that nature. It was more about from the beginning to the end you had like this whole rich story. So I took that and it inspired a lot of my writing. So now it's like when I think of EPs or I think of just projects in general, it isn't just throw in hit songs or hits or something that I like. It's about how is everything going to be taken as a whole.
You know what? When you were just talking about just the music, I could just see this peace on your face and like this love.
Yeah.
So I already know that you love what you do. So nobody needs to question it. Like you were just kind of like, it's like you were in a trance in
Mhm.
your own space. I love it. I love it. All right. Prophecy ORG. Explain.
Sure. ORG is an art collective that started before I joined it, actually. I'd say we're on 4 or 5 years. And it started off as like this idea. It started off as like a way to unite different people of different forms of art, because I feel like if you look at music or just art in general, New York has always been like I'm going to be the best of the city, I'm going to be the king of the city, whereas there's different places, like if you look at Georgia, Chicago, like there's so many creatives that are coming together, and you'll have people boost each other up to new heights because of that connection. So ORG stands for Organized, Radiant, and Great, and it's a mentality that everyone that's inside of ORG or Nothing um, like holds true and near to their heart, because they want to not only become successful but make sure that the people around them are successful.
Wow. Dope. Super duper dope. Now, when you're not doing music though, what are you doing?
You know, I consider myself a jack of all trades because
Okay.
since I was, growing up, there was always things that fascinated me, and my main goal is to always try to do stuff that makes me break through my ceiling or break through my limits. So I'm capable of doing like Photoshop work, editing work, and currently my new passion has been computer programming and coding. So that's what's been taking up a lot of my time recently, and that's why earlier you said that you could see like a smile in a piece of my face when I talk about music. It's been so long, focusing on just words and mathematics, that like
Right.
being able to get back into this headspace is just like really, it's really what I want to do 24/7, and
Guess
it's something
what?
that
Is I always say this, and people probably are like, you always say that, but I'm going there. I was talking with somebody earlier. Shout out the Terror Squad. And he was saying that his bachelor's is in computer science. He has an IT company on top of being a superstar.
yeah.
And it's so interesting that you just said that because he said the same thing. Yeah, when I'm not doing music, I'm operating my IT company. And even when I'm traveling and performing, I can still have my laptop and make money when the
Hmm.
money not coming in from this. So yo, I love it. And
Right.
I think that it's important that we speak to the importance of making sure that you always have something else.
Hmm.
But while we talking about something else, what happened on January 29th?
Oof. Something that hopefully is going to change the world.
Okay.
I'd say after years of great planning, I was able to drop my first EP, official EP, called "Can't Sleep Sober," and it has this vibe of just going through existential like questions. Like it all formed by waking up one morning in a night from a nightmare and just starting to think, look into the darkness and kind of just think about what's important to me and important to the tribulations I had during that time.
Mm.
And the epiphany I came to was that, with something that's very predominant in the first song, is that it's to live your dream, to live righteously, to be able to wake up, to even fall asleep being happy of what you're doing, and in the first like intro track to the album, there's like a skit with Patrice O'Neill, R.I.P., who talks about how like being in this path, being in this creative path, is a very solitary thing, because I can tell you what I want to be, and me being a successful rapper, but all of that is just dreams right now. All of that is just like hearing someone say, I dreamt about a unicorn and aliens, and it's just kind of ridiculous in a sense, but it's to the person who's living that path to find that energy and find that belief in oneself to continue going, because once you get to where you get to, that's when everybody's gonna follow you and accept you, but until you get there, it's all by
True.
yourself,
Wow.
and I was able to reflect and kind of be grateful that I'm a part of this collective, that it feels like you're not alone, that it feels like there's other people who are dedicating as much time as you are, who's just like spending all those hours in the studio that nobody sees, to become those legends.
Guys, if you're just checking in, I am enlightening, intentional, authentic conversation with a multi-talented creative who hails from New York City. Now, Prophecy, before we start to wrap it up, let everybody
Sure.
know where they can find you on social media, specifically Instagram, because we want to
Sure.
make sure they can see your content.
Of course. You can follow me at ORG Prophecy. You can look that up literally everywhere. I'm sure to pop up. Specifically, you said Instagram. I would also like you to go to your SoundCloud, iTunes, all of that, and give the album a try. I mean, my main idea with it was to create something that was short so that people can just digest it on their way to work, and also have that feeling of completion. I don't want an album to drag on for 26 songs. I want it to be, you can sense the beginning and be enjoyable at the end, you know
Yes, 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 yes. And finally, what is one message that you want to make sure that your fans receive and are aware of?
Jeez. I'd say, like, to start it off, it's always to believe in yourself, believe in just what you're doing, and always strive to be better. And I'd say, like, the one B to that message is always is train. Because no, I have this belief that I don't feel like anyone is born creative, or to the levels of godliness. I feel like that's a skill that you have to train for. When I started creating music, it was horrible, and now I believe I'm at a point where through practice and through skills and through training, I've been able to achieve levels that I probably wouldn't have thought I was going to be able to get to. And that's the message. That's, anyone can do that. Anyone can practice. Anyone can do anything, and it doesn't have to be just music. It could be literally anything.
Through practice and training.
Yeah.
Guys, I need you to understand that through practice and training, he was made better. He didn't say perfect. Through practice and training, he was made better. Prophecy ORG, thank you so much for coming through and really bringing a sense of peace, a sense of just solitude. Like you are just super dope, and your energy is so peaceful, yet you can feel your passion. And I absolutely respect, appreciate, and salute you for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It was great to be here. Great to talk.
Thank you, and see you later.
See ya.
Wow, guys. That yes, I think that the biggest thing we need to take away is through practice and training. He was able to truly hone his skill and his craft. And that's what's important for real. Now, it's time to have a little bit of fun. This next guest, guys, he pretty much saved a lot of lives during quarantine. I just have to say. And he's not a doctor. So we're not talking about saving physical lives right now, but he probably did save the physical life with this game. That's all I'm saying. However, let me just go ahead and bring him out so that he can talk to you a little bit about what he does to help you figure out the hidden secrets. Hello, Prince. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I want to dive right in, but I guess we have to do the preliminaries because I really want to talk about this situation that you've created to help us really learn more about our loved ones and others.
Right.
So tell everybody who you are, and then let's just dive right in.
Thanks. Yeah. So my name is Prince. I'm the owner slash creative director for Smash Studios, an independent, black-owned, veteran-owned game design company in Dallas, Texas. And last fall or last summer, actually, created a new card game called Never Say Never, the hilarious game of horrible hypotheticals. I'll just flash it up real quick. Yeah. So the premise of the game is that you have all these different cards, and on each of the cards, there's some kind of crazy or dangerous or funny scenario, and you pose them to your friends. And if you play something that nobody would do, then you get a point. But if you have friends or family that would do some of the things on these cards, depending on the circumstance, then they can try and steal the point by giving their reason why. So yeah, definitely there's 400 cards in the game, lots of different scenarios, lots of different things to talk about. I've never seen anyone get through everything in one night, so lots of replay value as well.
All right, so about 400 cards,
Yeah.
and it can be anything, character, sense of humor, and things like that. One of the things that I really want to put out there, and I would love for you to speak to this.
Hmm.
This is, I would say, geared towards adults. However, you made certain to stay away from sex, drugs, and stuff like that. Now, my thought is it's simply because you wanted to make this family friendly and also not really focus in on what people always think fun is. But what was your, focal point for doing that?
Yeah, so when I was play testing it with some friends early on, there was a desire from some people to make it an after dark game based off of how the conversations should go. But when I thought about it, it just didn't seem like that was the route I wanted to take first. I didn't want to turn more people off from getting the game than I would, turning people on to getting the game. So while it's advertised to adults because some of the scenarios would be things that adults would understand, but it's relatively clean. So even the areas where it could get a little risque, I guess to say, it's more suggestive than anything. It's not explicitly, curse words or anything like that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What do you envision though? Do you envision making a part two or making something kid friendly? Where do you plan to take Never Say Never?
Yeah, so this first game, first release, as I call it, the core version. The way I'm looking at that is that this is like the base game, even though it's black owned, it's for all cultures. So you can play with your white friends, your Asian friends, your old friends, your relatively young friends. So there's some cards in there that you just might not understand, but some other people would die over, right? Whereas in the future, the plan is to create more expansion packs that hone in on certain cultures, like a for the culture expansion pack, for example, or maybe something focused solely on holidays or things like that. So yeah, the way I'm going is there'll probably be some more core expansions that are still broad, but then I plan to hit hard with some of the more specific ones as well.
Okay. Now let's step away from Never Say Never and let's kind of talk a little bit about Smash Studios. Because
Okay.
that really takes me back to Nickelodeon. And it just makes me think about what was the show with the gack and stuff, and you used to fall into it. I cannot remember the name of the show, but I can see it. I can see it. It used to come on Nickelodeon on Saturday mornings, and you used to jump through like the obstacle courses and fall over in the gack, or the gack would fall on you. But I
Yeah.
cannot remember the name of it. So when I look at Smash Studios, that's what it makes me think about, like a fun obstacle course on Nickelodeon. So yeah, that took me back to my childhood. But anyway.
Yeah, I know exactly what show you're talking about. I think it was like Double Dare or
Yes,
yeah.
that's it. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was a big Nickelodeon kid, Cartoon Network kid as well. So then some people ask me the motivation behind the name of the company. Well, first of it, I mean, there's a game, Smash Brothers, that I like, but that's not really the reason. Honestly, the reason I named it this is because there's another game I created that's a little bit more zany, just like how you described. Um, that has the word smashed in it, but I was like, I don't want to drop that yet because it's a little bit more niche, and I think to get that one going, I need to really put it in people's hands.
Yeah.
So whereas this one you can play on Zoom with friends and family if you're at distance, but the other one in mind, now you need to be in person, and I think I'll put that off for the future.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we have Never Say Never, the core version,
Mhm.
and we might have some expansion packs coming.
Mhm.
What about put that kid version? Like, I'm just really feeling like we need something for the kids. We need something for the kids so that kids can be kids again.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's funny because I actually played this with like my 8-year-old godson, and
Okay.
he actually got into it. He didn't understand some of the things, but but yeah, I think a kid version definitely makes sense. Or even the fact that there's other games that we have in the works that will be kid friendly. So
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll only ask you to disclose what you can, but hey, if you want to throw something out there, I won't be mad.
nah, yeah, I think like the first game I was talking about, I think there's gonna be cars as well, but also like some kind of toy that or baton or something like that. It's some kind of object that gets passed around to make it a little bit more than just cards. So
Understood.
yeah, so there's definitely basically long story short with Smash Studios, the idea is to create new and unique games and experiences that I'm really trying to compete for that shelf space in your Target, your Walmart, etc.
We're gonna already claim that you have it. We're gonna already claim that you have it because I just feel like in a world where everything is so sexualized and
Mm.
everything is violent and everything is, set up to disenfranchise and separate. Never say never is definitely necessary. So I'm excited and I plan to go to smashstudios.com. Now, is that where we can get the game?
Yeah, you can get it on smashstudios.com. You can also buy on Amazon, and
Okay.
it's Prime eligible if that's important. So yeah, it's for sale
Happy to
now. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Now, what message do you want to give to your, and I'm going to say fans because you're really making it happen?
Man, firstly, I'll just say like if you have any kind of creative ideas in your head, go out and try and make them happen. You'll be surprised how many people will support you, or people that you don't even know will be ready to support you. And if you have a good idea, make it happen. Like there's a lot of different things to think about as far as designing and taxes and trademarks stuff like that. But just bite that frog, one bite at a time, or bite that elephant one bite at a time, and eventually you'll get to your end result.
Spectacular, spectacular. And I want to rewind.
So,
What are some of the mistakes that you wish you could have avoided? Because when I think about you developing this thing and just coming up with this creative idea, it's a little bit different than people that kind of are coming up with music, in my opinion. So, what are some of the mistakes you wish you could have avoided?
yeah, I'll say there's two of them that come to mind. Firstly, I think the moment that I had the idea, I should have filed the trademarks because those take at least like 3 months. Yeah, so everything was pending and I was waiting around for a bit. And the second thing is I crowdfunded to launch the game on Kickstarter. Um, yeah, so I think what would have been a lot better is if I had already like took out a loan and ordered the game from the manufacturer and then used the crowdfund money to pay that back. Because what ended up happening is because I did all this in September, October, not only did I hit like COVID delays, but I also hit a holiday rush. So yeah, I thought I would have had everything November, December, but it ended up coming December, January, which pushed me. But we're here now, we're rocking, so it's all good.
That's all right. Wow, Prince, thank you so much. I think that even though it took some time, it came right on time.
Hmm.
It came right on time. We didn't know that it was a possibility that this thing could get worse. And now we're supposed to be going back into another lockdown. And then there's another wave. We don't really know what's going on. So thank you so much also for your transparency. A lot of people wouldn't have even spoken to the fact that, look, I had the crowdfund. I ain't got it like this. The only thing you would have seen is the after product. So thank you so much for your transparency, really and truly. And just let everybody know. I know I posted some stuff, but let everybody know where they can find you again and how they can get the game.
Sure. Yeah. So you can find us on smashstudios.com. On IG, it's at Smash Studios, or you can follow the game itself at Never Say Never Game. And then on Facebook, we're Smash Studios as well. So definitely feel free to follow us. It's, like I said, it's not just going to be this game. We have a lot in store. Expect something new every year, if not more than once a year.
Sounds great. Well, Prince, once again, thank you so much for rocking it out with me this evening. And we look forward to seeing what's next. And I'm going to get over here on Amazon Prime and go ahead and get my game so that it can be ready for us to have a game night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. So, guys, that was WildOut Wednesday on It's Consulting Time. And thank you so much for your time and for just chopping it up with me this evening. It has definitely been a fast paced weekend going into this week. But, guys, one thing about it, your girl has to accept that I'm not in my 20s no more or my early 30s. Like, I'm mid 30s pushing that way. And your body will let you know when it's time to sit it down. So even though it's Wild Out Wednesdays, we didn't wild out too much, but it's all good. We will be back tomorrow for Tropical Thursdays with Hillary the Great and also Adiel Mitchell. And so I hope you guys will come on back so that we can really have a good time together. So until next time, we'll continue to bring you joy, jewels, and justice. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.